So if you guys are not aware, right, there's a recent controversy, recent drama with Blue Archive, right? Blue Archive. And what's this drama about? It's about the streamer drama. All right, let's just bring this back down a little bit to caught up with where this all started, right? This all started specifically from this particular thing, right? So as you can see, there's 4 person right here. Apparently, a lot of people were not happy with Ford Master, right? So this is going to be the one that apparently he said something about not liking lollies or something along those lines, right? That's where it leads to a big drama, and people are trying to get him to not get the sponsor, but I think it happened anyways, right? So, and then I think the Ford Master Blue Archive drama, Tuhu, I think sort of like defended him. I'm not sure what happens, right? I want to hear what he has to say regarding this situation, right? As you can see, it's a very long drama. 47 minutes. Let's hear it.
So, I debated on whether or not I would even want to make a video about this.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I decided to go ahead and do this.
Right.
Though I'm not going to bother making a script for him. I'm just going to spitball here. Main reason being is that technically this is the second time that we're seeing a Blue Archive sponsored drama. The first one being a couple months ago, I believe, with
the first
Connor,
one,
Gigak, Iron Mouse, and
C-Dog. Right, that's the first one. C-Dog, right? That's the issue back then. So, very, very interesting.
And Zentreya. The one where everyone was pissed off that Connor got a sponsor. Not so much everyone else, but mainly Connor. But, you know, they all got canceled anyway, so. I guess another thing you keep in mind is that if you notice me slurring my words or progressively getting angrier and more rambly as the video goes on, I did suffer a head injury a couple days ago while I was working. Turns out food delivery is kind of a hardcore job, so that should explain why, so you'll excuse me for that. So let me give you the
Wait, he fell down? How did that happen though? He must have fell down. He can't tidy up his bed. Yo, chill out, man. It's his bed, right? He can do whatever he wants.
Line first. Unlike the last drama with Connor, I think this one is really fucking stupid. Against Fodmaster, I believe it's mainly against. Because unlike the last time, right? Last time it was against Connor, and that was understandable because, you know, Connor's had incidents of him, you know, either shaming or speaking out against lollies or, you know, lolly content in anime and stuff. So it's like, okay, yeah, I can see why Blue Archive players would have a problem with that.
Deliveries
I did too. You know, how you gonna make anti-lolly statements like that in the past, or like have like, you know, general anti-lolly sentiments, and then, you know, you still think it's okay to pick a sponsor for a game that...
I mean, a lot of people are just going to do it because it's like I mean, let's be honest, right? By now, I think everybody realized already how this works, right? If a streamer can make money, they're just going to take it. Most streamers don't have principles, man. I think a lot of people try to look up to these streamers and be like, okay, this guy has a principle because he said this before. This guy has a principle because he said that before. And the truth is, like, most of them would switch up their principles according to money, right? Like if they can get opportunity to basically, you know, get paid to play a game, why would they not do it, right? Like, it doesn't matter if it's a woke person getting sponsored to play to play a game like Hogwarts Legacy, for example, even though it's against their principle, right? Even though Hogwarts Legacy is like supposedly go against the woke narrative, they would do it, right? If Hogwarts Legacy is willing to sponsor that particular streamer, willing to pay them a lot, they would do it. It's nothing unique, right? Nothing unique to any of these C-Dog, Fort Master. They can say that they hate lollies, whatever, all they want. But when money, you know, at the end of the day, money is money, right? Like, that's what MTash says.
That mostly focuses on, you know, lollies. So to start us off here, just for full transparency's sake, I want to make it clear here that I am somewhat biased towards Fodmaster, as in, you know, I think he's a cool guy. I think
Fodmaster is a cool guy. I mean, he can be a cool guy, but he doesn't have to be, you don't have to agree with him 100%, right? So I think just because somebody is like, you like somebody's content and stuff, doesn't mean you have to like always agree with them, right? You can disagree with them sometimes, right? Like in terms of the stuff. Like for example, like I like Asmongold, right? I think Asmongold is a cool guy. Usually I do agree with him, but his recent Stellar Blade controversy, I don't really agree with him about saying, you know, the EV girl was like a sort of like a lolly face or something, like baby face. I don't really agree with that, right? I think that's how I look at it, right? Sometimes with all of these things.
As far as gacha content creators go out there, streamers or YouTubers or whatever, I do think he's one of the more decent ones. Not perfect, obviously. I'm sure you Blue Archive players would agree with that at least. But given the kind of content I've been making for the past year and how my stance as a gacha creator myself is that, you know, most of the gacha creators out there that I see, like, I don't really respect, right? I don't think that they deserve to be called gacha creators in the first place.
Not deserve to be called gacha creators.
And so I do think Fodmaster is at least one of the more decent ones, because at least in my eyes, he plays plenty of different gacha games. He's generally receptive to most of them. I mean, for as much...
I mean, yeah, sure, maybe, right? I think like that's the one. I don't know anything about Ford. You only know Brandon's situation. Yeah, that one is like a separate one, right?
Blue Archive players want to fucking bash him for, you know, being the wrong kind of creator for Nexon to sponsor, to do a Blue Archive sponsor and whatnot. At least he's open to doing it, and I don't know. As far as I'm aware, his previous incidents aren't nearly as bad as, say, Connor's or Sea Dog's. Because as far as I can tell, he hasn't been like openly like anti-lolly like Connor has been. Though I don't know, maybe y'all can pull up an example that I don't know about where he's.
I think isn't there like a clip of him doing that though? Like Nagisa is like 17 years old. I remember I saw that, right? And then he was like like, I mean, he didn't really say it, right? But he did say something along those lines. Or was that just a meme on stream? I have no idea, right?
Explicitly anti-lolly, but from what I've seen so far, don't really seem like it to me. Like, I've been going through Twitter and stuff, and I've been seeing people bring it, like, dig up dirt, quote unquote dirt, on Fodmaster. I think one of them was something about how his stream or one of his mods or he himself disabled the police emote on like the day of his Blue Archive sponsorship. I don't know the context behind that, but okay. I don't know. I try thinking about it a little bit. I could be misconstruing it here. Again, you know, getting hit in the head doesn't exactly help here. But I don't know. The conclusion I came to is that I don't know why people are making a big deal out of that whole police emote being removed deal. Because, like, you know, don't you Blue Archive players not like being called pedophiles? So, like...
The reason why people are making a big deal out of it is because it shows the dishonesty. Because he's not accepting the sponsorship in good faith. He's accepting it in bad faith, right? Basically, he's like, oh, after this Blue Archive sponsor ends, I am going to enable the emote again so that we can basically attack Blue Archive players afterwards. So I think that's a little bit dishonest for a streamer to do that. Basically, during the sponsorship, it's like a two-phase, right? It's kind of like two-phase in a way. Because you disable it during the sponsorship to try to make yourself look good, like a good guy, like trying to do a good sponsorship. And then afterwards, you're going to disable it so that your chat could, or your regular audience could basically attack the players. I think that's pretty much the sentiment that I get from it, right? Now again, whether or not that actually happened, I have no idea because I wasn't on the stream. But I can see why people would assume that's like, it seems very dishonest to do that. Also, why need to even talk about it, right? Why not just disable it for the entire stream, right? The entire day. Why can't just re-enable it the next day? You know, specifically, I understand that he has his stream is like multi-segmented, right? He's basically doing the sponsor for Blue Archive first, and then he do the other things afterwards, right? So I think that's pretty much what it is, right? So the thing is, if you have the police emote, right? And also, if it's not a big deal, why need to pin it right there, right? Because like clearly, like the person. It seems like a lot of people are trying to want to use the emote, and maybe a lot of people ask about it, right? Because if people want to use it and people ask about it, that means that it's important enough for one of the moderator to pin it in the chat for everybody to see. So I can see that that's something that they actually want to use, right?
Wouldn't you appreciate wouldn't you appreciate people not being able to spam the police email? I don't know. Again, maybe I could be getting that one wrong. Either way, I don't see
Blue Archive player give money and they don't like someone who could dunk off them. I guess in a way, right?
How that's a big enough deal. Like I don't see how that alone is well, not alone, because there are other things that y'all have dug up against them, against Fobmaster, but I don't see how this particular incident, the whole police emote getting removed for a day incident, has any weight. But I'll let you guys explain that one to me in the comments, I suppose.
I just explained it, right? Basically, I think nobody wants to be attacked in a way that I think, like, especially if the sponsor is accepting it in good faith. So if their like main viewers, right, are going to use that emote to attack Blue Archive players, I think that's like, I can see why Blue Archive players don't want that, right?
There's another like piece of evidence, if you want to call it that, that I saw somebody else bring up too, or that I was told about over Discord.
Okay.
Where like apparently Fobmaster has a clip of him looking at Summer Nagisa, and then he's all like, oh, she's pretty hot and stuff like that. She's pretty cute. And then he goes to look up her age and finds out she's only 17. So he's like,
17?
I can't. Mouth is dry, so I can't make that whole like tongue clicking noise, like, or whatever, that tisk noise. Anyways, so he does that. And so and the clip that I saw on Twitter just ends there right after he, clicks his tongue or goes tsk. Like I don't see the big deal behind that either. Like this sort of ties in.
That one could be out of context. Maybe that specific one could be out of context. It depends. You gotta watch the entire clip to see the context, right?
With like another part of the video that I want to get into, but just as a sneak peek preview, I suppose. Like I don't find that to be that big of a deal. Because I find there to be a big difference between that. Of like, oh, this character, this Blue Archive character isn't over 18. Damn, I guess I'll have to look for another character then, or I guess I can't, I guess I won't, I won't be a fucking creep towards them or anything like that. Which I'll get to. I know you Blue Archive players will take some big faults with that. I'm sure.
I'm not sure, right? If his opinion is like that towards Vincent Nagisa, what about like something like Amy? Amy is even younger, huh?
I mean, I've already seen it on Twitter, and I'll actually, again, this is another one of those things I'll talk about later in the video, if I don't forget about it.
What about Coconaro, right?
But, like, I find a big difference between that and then, like, say, Connor, for example, being like, bro, like, I don't know why animes have to be so creepy about, looking up, underage girls' panties and shit like that in anime and stuff. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, if you think those two incidents are, like, the same, like they deserve or like warrant the exact same reaction, I just don't know.
Corner
about
one
that,
is probably
man.
worse.
I would have to disagree.
I think corner one is probably way worse, for
personally.
Sure.
Just to elaborate,
elaborate
my thoughts on that a little bit further. The main reason why I think Fobmaster's reaction to Nagisa and then whatever Connor or other streamers who don't like lolly content treat lolly content or lolicons for that matter, people who enjoy lolly content, is that Fobmaster doesn't shame anybody. He wasn't shaming anybody for liking underage Blue Archive characters. Maybe if you wanted to stretch it, you could infer that that's what he was trying to get across, but I don't know, man, because these days, I'm sure you don't need me to tell you this, but these days, if you don't like lolly content, like most people on, like a lot of, most is a stretch maybe, but it seems that these days, or I'm sure you'll agree with this, it seems that these days there are a ton of people out there who fucking love to throw around the term pedophile, and at the moment they see an underage character in a video game like that, I
mean, they do that all the time to virtue signal. I get it, right? Like people just do that to basically get more people to follow them, right? It's what it
is. Like when Summer Games Fest, or was it during probably Summer Games Fest?
It's gonna bring out State of Play.
No, was this during State of Play? Probably during State of Play. Anyways, like perfect example back when earlier this week when they premiered Stellar Blade Blood Rain, right?
Yep.
And then apparently that game got into drama on Twitter as expected. Because the main character looks too young, right? She looks underage.
The entire conversation is the entire conversation is just stupid, right? Like, who cares? Like, I feel like people care too much about fictional characters.
My point is that I feel like if you don't like lolly content, you're just gonna straight up say it, right? I don't know. Maybe Fobmaster. Maybe there's a clip out there that shows Fobmaster like explicitly saying like, "Oh, like if you like lollies, you're fucking weird" or some shit like that. Now that I say,
he did say something about you can play Blue Archive without being weird about it or something along those lines. I wonder if
maybe y'all are gonna pull up his more recent comments about that, but I think he was pretty clear that he's cool with the game like Blue Archive overall, and that he personally prefers not to act like that. But I think y'all took that way at fucking twisted that shit beyond what he was trying to get across. But again, I'll get to that later.
There was a dumb drama.
But anyways,
well, every drama
I feel
dumb,
like there's
right?
an explicit difference between Fobmaster's reaction in his Nagisa clip and then whatever the fuck a lot of people on social media do, or how they react towards lolly content in general, right? Again, Connor getting canceled out of his Blue Archive sponsorship, that was understandable, but because of his prior stances and what he said about lolly content before. But unless y'all can pull up like actual tweets where when I read them, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is irrefutable evidence that I almost said Saint Tontus. I mean, Saint Tontus might be a fucking closet pedophile himself too, for all I know.
Damn.
Anyways,
wait, what? Out of nowhere?
Unless y'all can pull up like irrefutable evidence of like irrefutable clips of him shaming like people who like lollies or just lolly content in general, it's like, nah, bro, I don't buy this one, man. I don't see his Nagisa clip as oh, it's undeniable evidence that he doesn't like Blue Archive. It's like that's not enough, man. You gotta give me something else to go off of. More importantly, I saw this other
shots is fired
comment. It wasn't just one comment. It was like a sentiment that was being echoed multiple times when I was going through my Twitter timeline back a couple days ago, back when the Fobmaster drama was like developing, I suppose you could say, and that was that sentiment was that like they were responding to, I think, one of the things that Fobmaster said in one of his explanation tweets, where I didn't read it, or I don't remember it exactly myself, but he said something along the lines of like, oh, like you don't have to be weird and still be able to enjoy Blue Archive. And then there were quite a few tweets that people made against that particular like part that he said about how you don't have to be weird to enjoy Blue Archive, and people are like adamant about like how you have to be weird to play Blue Archive. You
the entire statement about you don't have to be weird to play Blue Archive is already like a little bit weird, right? Because why do you have to clarify? I mean, like what do you mean by you don't have to be weird? Or like I don't think there's anything wrong if somebody wants to be weird with it, all right? Like I think that's like implying that it's making the implication that like people that are being weird are weirdos, right? So like why is that a problem, right? Because we're talking about like being weird about what? Like this is like fictional characters, right? Like nobody cares, right? If it's a fictional character, like nobody cares. Like I understand that you shouldn't be weird to a person in real life, right? You shouldn't be weird to like a person that you meet in real life. I understand that, right? But if we're talking about like video game characters right here, right? You can be weird in any game, right? Like why does it matter? The focus on being weird. Yeah, I think like when you say that, it's sort of like, I mean, like it's sort of giving you the aura that okay, you're against this kind of stuff, right? Generally, right? He's trying to passively say what he really wants to say. I think in a way, right?
You not being weird is incompatible with playing Blue Archive or some shit like that. And I gotta say, I'm pretty much with Fobmaster on this one, man. Like, no, you don't have to be a fucking degenerate ass fucking weirdo, unhinged weirdo to enjoy Blue Archive, man.
But what's wrong if you are, though? That's the question, though, right? If somebody wants to be an unhinged weirdo and play Blue Archive, what's wrong with that? If somebody wants to be an unhinged weirdo and play Genshin Impact, what's wrong with that? Like, that's the whole point, right? Like, the whole conversation is weird to begin with, because it's like, why do you need to call out on people for being weird to play a game? Like, there's no right way to play a game. If somebody wants to be weird and play Stellar Blade, okay, they can do it, right? Now there are exceptions, right? I get it. There's going to be like something like, for example, maybe Uma Musume. I think the developer themselves said, oh, these are the characters, they are based on real horses. They don't want to loot them too much. Now, yeah, sure, right? Maybe there are some respect or boundaries there to some of these so quote-unquote fictional character that's based on real life things, right? I understand that, right? But in most cases, like whatever game that you want to be weird, I mean, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal to begin with, right? They don't have the life if they judge people. You should be, yeah, why is this like a moral thing, right? Oh, this is if you play this game, you cannot be weird. Or if you play that game, I don't see the entire angle of what they're trying to, what was being said or what was being discussed right here, right?
Like, you can be fine with like the nature of Blue Archive, the fact that most of its characters are in fact, still either middle schoolers or high schoolers, and only some of them are like, 18 or over, canonically. You don't have to be weird about that.
I mean, even if you're weird about it, those are fictional characters, they are not real. I mean, there's no consent needed. You can be. Who cares, right? Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal, right? It's not a big deal to begin with, right? To call out people for being weird about it.
Oh, there's no law that says that you have to be a fucking bona fide, fucking PDF. I mean, I already said the word pedophile before, so why am I shortening it? Like, there's no law that says you
PDF.
gotta be a bona fide pedophile in order to enjoy Blue Archive. There's no law that says you have to keep screaming, you have to keep typing in all caps, roll up your sleeves as soon as you see a fucking YouTube short that shows K in a fucking, cat girl outfit.
It's lolicon.
And, as soon as you see that, you're obligated as a Blue Archive player to roll up your sleeves, pull out your biggest keyboard, enable caps lock, and fucking type in, and then, spam crying emojis, like 1,000 of them.
Damn.
As a comment to that YouTube short. Like, you don't have to do all that.
1,000
I certainly don't. Like, I mean, personally, I find it funny that the default reaction to
ask Koharu if
Blue Archive players, just in general, whatever it is that they're doing, is the crying emoji face. I think personally that's hilarious. But am I gonna do that myself? Not really.
Damn.
I don't really have a particular reason for it. I just don't
feel like it. So you
gotta
be a PDF file to play Blue Archive.
And are all of you are y'all gonna fucking call me, oh, I'm the wrong kind of guy to play Blue Archive? This reminds me of something that I mentioned in the first drama response video that I put out, in response to the Connor version of this drama a couple months ago.
You just want to cry when you see Eevee.
Where I also mention, I explicitly remember.
Has Blue Archive always had these issues where normies call players PDF? Yeah, Blue Archive has always had the issue of calling, a lot of people just call Blue Archive players PDF. It happened all the time. Right? Like, this happened to me last time as well. I remember, like, I'm not sure if I should say this though, right? But I remember there was another content creator. They reached out to me. They wanted to collab with me it was for Nikkei, I think. Either Nikkei or Brown Dust 2, I can't remember, right? And then the person found out that I actually played Blue Archive. And then he's like, okay, maybe not, right? Maybe to be better, to be safe, maybe the collaboration should be on hold for now, right? So I think, like, when you play Blue Archive, people just look at you differently, right? I get that, right? I mean, it's going to be how it is. People do judge you, especially people from Western countries, because the values there, they look at it as this is like a very serious thing for them, right? For me, it's not that deep, right? It's like I can separate fictional characters and real ones, right? And like in the anime and stuff, right? I played Blue Archive for first week and showed my friend, and he said the same. I think a lot of people are, they can't differentiate like fictional characters, and like, I understand that it's like a sensitive topic as well, especially with Epstein and stuff, right? So it's like, it's hard to like, people are trying to, I think a lot of people are scared to be called the PDF. So they're trying to overcorrect it by every time they see a fictional character, they'll be like, oh, no, cannot. That one's too much, right? And I think that's what's happening. And you can't deny that it's happening, whether you like it or not. It's happening to every game, right? Even in Brown Dust 2, right? What is being censored from Germany specifically, right? The lolly characters. Like Brown Dust 2, like most of the lolly characters, right? Seir, Rue, what was it, Rafitia, those are the ones that was being censored, right? Because you cannot look at them at a different way, right? Because like those are the characters that are very sensitive, right? So it's happening to, more games than we think, right? And I do think that a lot of these companies probably face a lot of issues where payment processors try to even block some of these games specifically, right? So I definitely think this is going to be something that is going to be unfortunate, right? You play Blue Archive on my break at work and people don't care. I even played on train station before. Normal people don't think this way. I think most normal people don't think this way. I think people that think this way are people that are very, very afraid of being accused. I don't know, man. They are just so afraid, and then it's like a low self-esteem that they are trying to overcorrect themselves, right? In a way. Rafitia can get you jail. Damn.
Mentioning how towards the end of that first video where like I don't like it how Blue Archive players are trying to dictate how you should be playing these games. Right? Oh, you have to be a degenerate. You have to be weird. You have to be fucking silly. Or
I don't think most Blue Archive players care if they are just normal players though. I think they care specifically for this one because like Fort Master is the one that's getting paid, right? Getting sponsored for this instance. So that's why they care. Because I think like most people don't care, like any normal people want to play the game, like it's not that big of a deal, right? Like there's a lot of I think the moment it depends, right? It depends on the situation. The moment like somebody tries to LARP and try to like, oh, this girl in Blue Archive is trans or something, okay, that's a different story, right? But I don't think most people care how people play Blue Archive. Like I'm talking about normal people, right?
Stuff like that. You have to scream, "Whoa!" anytime you fucking upskirt. I don't know, fucking Alice's skirt or something. And yes, I call her Alice because I think the name Eris is kind of fucking stupid. She's Alice.
Also, Blue Archive did have to go through some sort of issue last time as well, right? I don't know if you guys remember, but the Steam got delayed, right, last time. And I think like they definitely have to went through some sort of like issue themselves. I don't know if like Steam is trying to censor them or payment processor is trying to censor them. I think it was censored for like a few months, right, back then. It took them quite a while, right?
Me, so not sorry about that.
So yeah, definitely they have to go through a lot of this.
I don't see the appeal in that. At least not doing. I understand why other people do it, but I don't care to do it myself. Are y'all gonna fucking crucify my ass too for not engaging in the usual degenerate behavior that y'all expect out of Blue Archive players? It seems like.
Yeah, so this was back then, right? I just want to show you guys because some of you guys probably already forgot about this incident because right now, the Blue Archive is already on Steam, right? But back then, Blue Archive was delayed on Steam. It was originally planned to release on June. It got delayed all the way because of Steam's platform review process, all right? And I do think that one of the main issue was because of the characters. To say that, to pretend that this is, like, this has no impact, it definitely has impact because you can see even Steam themselves are trying to like, oh, delay this particular release of this game in Steam itself, right? It was delayed all the way to July, from June to July, all right? Next one, officially apologize, okay? Did they actually... So some community discussion speculated it was related to Steam's content policies on petite or young-looking characters in anime games. But it was approved after review. So no idea what happened, right? We don't really know, but these are all speculations. These are all just guesses, right? Of what could actually be the main issue right there, right? Must be because of Visa, MasterCard. Could be, right? You never know.
Like, just to further elaborate on, like, why I feel like this whole mentality is so toxic. I'm of the opinion that you should be able to play gacha games however you want. Right? Yeah. Like, it's your account. When you make an account in a gacha game, it's your account. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Okay. Like, sure, there are more accepted ways to play gacha games, right?
I mean, that's true though, right? But earlier he did say that, oh, you gotta be a weirdo or something, or you... Like, if... Because right now he's saying this, but earlier he was trying to defend the Fort Master statement in terms of, like, you don't have to be a weirdo and stuff. So if you can play however you want, what's wrong if you are a weirdo and play it, right? I feel like, wouldn't this like contradict what he said earlier? Because in a way,
whether it's like, you want to play gacha games every day, you want to keep up with all the events and stuff.
Yeah, you can be a tourist, you can be a lapper.
You want to build your characters certain ways to make them the most effective they can be in a game or in their gacha game, or even if it's just like in a Blue Archive context where it's like, type uo anytime you see a Blue Archive character do something cute and funny, right?
Whoa. Ibuki,
but like I don't think that those should be like upheld to the point where like if you don't adhere to that, or people, or like most other people think that you're not adhering to that properly enough, you get fucking lynched on social media for like not playing the game right.
I think there's a level of respect and expectation that people want you to have when you join the community, right? That's why some people call out LARPers because of that reason. For example, if somebody wants to come to Blue Archive, right, and they are just going to play the game normally, that's fine, right? But if somebody comes to Blue Archive and then they'll be like, oh, Sensei is actually gay, Sensei likes the dark mask, and then Nonomi is actually lesbian or trans. Like, if somebody is constantly coming there and trying to change the narrative of how Blue Archive is, or trying to, like invade the fandom in a way, I think those people will get pushed back, right? Of course it will, right? It's not just unique to Blue Archive, by the way, right? Any like anime fandom, you're gonna get pushed back for that, right? Level 33 lapper. I mean, you could be any level lapper, right? But I do think that there's gotta be a thin line or fine line right there, right?
Maybe, obviously, I'm taking it very extreme here too. But hey, I mean, look what look at what y'all are doing on social media, fucking spamming every single fucking Blue Archive Twitter post that comes out saying address me, address me, address me. Like, Jesus Christ, if I didn't know any better, I think y'all are fucking some Genshin players or something.
Address me, guys.
Address me, address me, address me. It's like fucking that one fucking Genshin anniversary drama all over again, man. Tell me what the difference is. I think this is the most important thing that I want to bring up about the whole like, oh, you have to be weird to play Blue Archive argument. How do I explain this? So
that's right.
It's kind of funny because I'm about to make a basketball reference.
Basketball, okay, my favorite. Basketball.
You have to be weird to play Blue Archive comment that I remember reading last on Twitter or something.
Okay.
Like explicitly said like, oh, if you want to be a normie about it, go watch Sports Ball or some shit. Which
what is a sports ball? Basketball?
Like, is it okay for me to call that cringe? I guess I will anyway. Not like not like anything I said so far is really gonna please the Blue Archive Twitter crowd anyways, so might as well commit to that. Anyways, so
okay.
Speaking of sports ball, I'm kind of casually keeping up with the NBA finals right now. Spurs
NBA.
versus
World Cup,
Knicks
NBA.
and all that. And I've been watching plenty of fan reaction videos on YouTube of Knicks fans absolutely fucking losing their shit, because the Knicks are up 3-1 at the time of this recording, and they're one game away from winning it all for the first time in fucking
I have no idea
27 years or something.
Basketball?
So yeah, of course they're gonna go ape shit, but like I don't know, man. It might be easy for y'all Blue Archive players or just us gacha players in general to sit back and call basketball fans normies, but I don't know, man. Do you think it's normal for people to fucking scream their fucking asses off and climb fucking entire like awnings and like fucking lampposts and shit just to fucking celebrate a basketball team win? Do you think that's normal? I mean, maybe you do, but hey, I can also turn around and ask you, do you think it's fucking normal to constantly spam a fucking Corpo Gacha game Twitter account just to spam and spam address me memes? Like, do you think that's normal too? Maybe you do, but to me, I sure as hell ain't. Because I don't feel the need to fucking spam any fucking Twitter account myself.
That's right. Address me memes.
Just like how I don't think it's normal for people to climb on top of awnings and lampposts and take their fucking shirts off and get up there with like brooms and shit and fucking start sweeping the awnings up there, or start randomly sweeping the street saying sweep, 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 all because your basketball team, your favorite basketball team, fucking 4-0'd, another basketball team on their way to the finals. That's not normie behavior, is it?
I think
maybe it is.
I think one is way more extreme than others, right? If you are climbing certain like buildings and stuff, depending on how they do it, how they celebrate it, right? You could be like hurting yourself or hurting someone else in the process. But you can't equate spamming memes on a community post or like in response of a post right here in Twitter like as the same thing, right? Because this one is like trying to get the developer to talk about the issue, right? Or trying to address the issue. I don't think it's even the same, right? Because one is in like real life, one is in like right here, right? If you're climbing on top of a car to celebrate something, you're jumping on the car. Now you could be like damaging the car, right? You could be like, shattering the windshield or whatever, right? So that's like a totally different one, right? So I'm not sure. I need to see what he's talking about somebody climbing up and stuff to celebrate stuff. That could be way too extreme. But compared to that, this one is like, I think this one is pretty tame, right? I don't think they are even the same. Because one could actually cause damage to real life, right? Depending on what was the context.
But I don't know. I feel like the actual normies, the actual normie basketball fans would just stay home and watch the game there and just watch it all cool, all chill and shit with their friends and family at home.
Yeah, I think some people do that. There's nothing wrong with
that,
right?
Instead of marching out there onto the streets, blocking traffic, fucking throwing shit, throwing all kinds of random fucking pieces of trash onto the street and littering everywhere,
Yeah, so that one is definitely way extreme though, right? So you're littering everywhere, you're causing distress to other people, like the cleaners now have to clean it up. So you are basically like, in a way, you are being a nuisance, right? But this one, I don't think it's the same. You can't put this at the same level. I feel like this one is like if you're posting address me elephant, you're just trying to get the developers to address that particular. I don't think it's that big of like to put it at the same level. I think it's like it's kind of like too far, right?
But get on top of random ass people's cars and shit. Harassing Spurs fans who were there in attendance in NYC or whatever, right?
Wow.
I think there was that one incident where I think we've already had like at least one or two instances of Knicks fans like literally mobbing Spurs fans, ripping their jerseys off of them and then throwing them on the ground and either like and vandalizing them somehow, either like stomping on them or like hell, fuck man, they were even setting fire to like Cavaliers jerseys before the finals back when the Knicks swept the Cavs. Right?
Yeah, how long is this video? Holy.
Fucking drinking out in the middle of the street, though. To be fair, that might be a little bit normal.
50 minutes.
It's like a lot of the behaviors that you see out of the NBA fans going on right now, that is not normal. So like how do you make the correlation that if you want to be a normie about it, go fucking watch sports ball. It's like oh god.
Like I do think that sure that could be true, right? A lot of to be fair, like you can't look at people on Twitter to be like the normal one, right? There's a lot of people that play the game that's not on Twitter, right? Yeah, maybe that could be so, but I don't understand what does it mean, right? Like the behavior, is he talking about the behavior here? Yeah, most normal gacha players, right? Doesn't matter if it's Blue Archive or like Genshin or Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, they don't even use social media, man. They just download the game, they play when there's updates, they play super casual, login once a week even, right? Blue Archive community is memeing on Twitter. On Discord is normal. Well, Discord is a bit different, right? You can get banned, right? I think Twitter is a little bit different. People can't really ban you on Twitter, they can block you, but on Discord they can basically ban you from posting and stuff. So I think it's much more controlled. So I don't think it's fair to, because like I do think that free speech on Twitter is going to be way, way different, right?
I know this is very rich coming from someone like me, and I've called myself the god of gacha before, but hear me out anyway.
The god
I think
of
it's
gacha.
Kind of arrogant for y'all Blue Archive players to be like, no, you have to be weird to play Blue Archive, and you can't be normie if you want to. If you can't be normie and enjoy the game or play the game, it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. literally the only difference.
Wait, was that what was being said, though?
I guess there's two. Is between you Blue Archive players, you very vocal Blue Archive players on Twitter, and those NBA fans I've been talking about, fucking setting fire to jersey and like rival team jerseys,
setting
and like fucking harassing other teams as fans. Is that one? They cheer for their interest is in basketball. Your interest is in Blue Archive, and two. They're out there they're out there fucking doing shit outside, whereas y'all are fucking stuck fucking hold yourselves up indoors, either in your parents' basements or wherever the fuck.
He's really a man and he's non-existent person.
It's like that. Those are the only two differences.
Did somebody
am I
say,
wrong about that? Prove me wrong, bro. I mean, I don't want to sound like fucking that Kirk guy, that Charlie Kirk guy, but prove me wrong.
Wait, Charlie Kirk?
Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why.
Why Charlie Kirk?
Like, tell me why those aren't the only two differences that I see between y'all.
I don't get it.
And between the fucking freaky ass NBA fans out there, the Knicks fans specifically, and then you Blue Archive players are all fucking trying to lynch Fobmaster.
Lynch Fobmaster?
For getting a Blue Archive sponsor. All because he went...
No, it's not because of him getting the sponsor, right? It's about what he said. He had a point earlier, but now he has lost it now. Damn. The head injury is too much.
Towards Nagisa and oh, he's trying to say you can be normie and still enjoy Blue Archive. It's like, I get that, y'all are traumatized by the normies, quote unquote, on social media, trying to get on your asses about how y'all are pedophiles if you like Blue Archive and stuff like that, or just underage anime characters in general. Like, I get that that's a burning memory in the back of your heads.
What?
But like,
not really.
It's fine if you want to react like that towards people who actually do act like that. So I don't have I didn't have a problem with y'all going after Connor, going after Sea-Dog, but again, unless y'all should dig up more evidence that I can go off of here, I don't think Fobmaster qualifies as a content creator who deserves that kind of treatment.
I think the police emote is what people sort of like lean towards people believing that he's also like that, right? He seems really upset. Is he really upset though? Okay, I can't watch the entire thing. It's too long, man. It's like 47 minutes. Okay, let's see what do people have to say right here, right? So right now, the devs didn't learn the first time around. The head injury makes it seem like a bad time to make an unscripted opinion video. Unscripted opinion video, is it? Fob might not want to be that bad, but it festers an audience that clearly won't enjoy the game. If they do start playing, they'll constantly whine for changes to the source material to make it less weird. Okay. Fob saying twice you don't need to be weird about it only comes off as pointlessly grandstanding. This is anime. You're allowed to be weird. Yeah, that's the point, right? What's not allowed is judging people who are enjoying themselves and casually throwing criminal accusations. That's who that language caters towards. It sounds like Fob is fan-sitting, not hating, but not stopping people who excessively do. I can see why people would be looking at it that way, right? He seemed to be more neutral, right? But that's pretty much the stuff. The issue with Don't Be Weird is that weird has no clear definition or line. Fans of Blue Archive are used to seeing that word be used to imply they are the worst things a human can be, while seeing the accusers pretend plausible deniability. Fob and you even do the same thing in this exact video, where the weird and pedo are used interchangeably. That is the issue. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's the head injury. I'm not sure if it's the head injury, right? Why is he so bitter? Did he have vendetta on Blue Archive? I think he don't have vendetta against Blue Archive, but I think he's just siding with Fobmaster because maybe he respects Fobmaster, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? Maybe he's friends, I'm not sure, right? But at the end of the day, that's the stuff. Oh yeah, I saw Ricardo Zodan posted a meme about this, is it?
All caps, roll up your sleeves as soon as you see a fucking YouTube short that shows K.
Idol Mary. Good Ibuki then. No Ibuki? Okay, what meme is this though? Seiya, that's right. Seiya makes it. Okay, Kayako is legal though, so it's fine. K2? Okay, that's the video. Look up big enough meme if you're not aware of the goof here. Big enough meme, is it? For those who don't understand, it's the cowboys screaming or singing meme. I was confused then I saw Blue Archive Girls and I knew this was about BA. Outperform. Okay. Alright, that's what it is, right? That's what it is with this stuff right here. He's not going to be able to walk straight. Wait, why? Why not? I don't think it's yeah, at the end of the day it's just, you know, it's not that big of a deal, right? It's like internet meme and drama and stuff. But right now I'm not sure. At the end of the day is will the developers address this situation? Now that's like a different topic, right? Different story. Will they actually address this? Because it seems like this has been going on for a while now, right? This has been going on for a while, and it seems like there's still no any like response whatsoever. So I think at this point most players eventually will just move on, right? That's my guess.